Moving on to question 7. An apple farmer has 200 apple trees. She is investigating the mass of the crops of apples from individual trees. She decides to select a sample of these trees and find the mass of the crop for each tree. Explain how she can select a random sample of 10 different trees from 200 trees. So we're looking for a random sample here. Okay, so we'll start by assigning each tree a number from 1 to 200. Then we'll use a random number generator to pick 10 unique numbers. And then the trees that correspond to those numbers will form the sample. Okay, so the masses of the crops from 10 trees measured in kilograms are recorded as follows. For these, find the mean and find the sample standard deviation. We know the mean, x bar, sum of all the x values divided by how many values there are. In this particular case, just whipping these into the calculator. So we get 276.1 all over 10, 27.61. So that's my mean. To get the standard deviation, we know we need to start with S of xx. In this case, we'll use this version. Okay, let's get all of those values squared and added together. Okay, 7,770.17 minus 10 multiplied by my mean value squared leads to 147.049. And finally, the standard deviation comes from finding the root of S of xx over n minus 1. And from that, we're looking for 4.0421 to 4 decimal places. All right, so the mean and the standard deviation. Okay, show that there is an outlier at the upper end of the data. How should the farmer decide whether to use this outlier in any further analysis of the data? Okay, so since we've been working with the standard deviation and not the quartiles, it's the standard deviation version of the outlier boundary that we need to use. Outliers are anything beyond x bar plus or minus 2 standard deviations. So we were asked to look at the upper end of the data, so we're going to use x bar plus 2 standard deviations. So in this case, 27.61 plus 2 lots of anything beyond this is going to be an outlier. So we're looking at 35.6943. Anything beyond this should be an outlier. And just going back to that original list of tree sizes, yes, actually we do have an outlier, 38.1, that is above this value. Therefore, it is an outlier. Okay, how should the farmer decide whether to use this outlier in any further analysis of the data? He basically just needs to find out whether or not this was a genuine length, or maybe it was a transposition error, maybe it was a data entry mistake. He just needs to know whether or not it was genuine. If it was genuine, it should be used. If it's not a genuine measurement, it should not be used.